Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Writing Practices. Today we are going to learn how to write an employment contract agreement. For information, an employment contract agreement is a legal document that defines the working relationship between an employer and an employee, including job responsibilities, compensation, benefits, and the terms of employment. Now let's go step by step, and for each part, I will show you the exact paragraph from the template, explain what to write, why it matters, and also touch on the legal importance. Check this out. Title of the agreement: Employment Contract Agreement. This is the title of your document. What you need to write here is simply the name of the agreement. This is important because it clearly identifies the document as a formal employment contract. From a legal perspective, a clear title helps establish the nature of the agreement and ensures there is no confusion about its purpose. Opening statement and identification of the parties. This employment contract agreement is made and entered into on this date, by and between employer's full legal name, company name, having its principal place of business at address, hereinafter referred to as the employer, and employee's full legal name, residing at address, hereinafter referred to as the employee, collectively referred to as the parties. In this part, you need to include the date and clearly identify both the employer and the employee using full legal names and addresses. This is very important because it legally defines who is bound by the contract. Without proper identification, the agreement may not be enforceable. Point number 1, position and duties. The employer hereby employs the employee in the position of job title. The employee agrees to perform all duties and responsibilities associated with this position, as well as any additional duties reasonably assigned by the employer. Here, you define the employee's role and responsibilities. You need to clearly state the job title and describe the duties. This is important because it sets expectations for the employee. Legally, it can be used to evaluate performance or address disputes about job responsibilities. Point number 2, commencement and term. Employment shall commence on start date and shall continue as an indefinite, at-will basis, a fixed term ending on end date, unless terminated earlier in accordance with this agreement. In this section, you specify when employment begins and whether it is ongoing or for a fixed period. This is important because it defines the duration of employment. Legally, it determines employee rights, termination conditions, and obligations. Point number 3, work schedule. The employee shall work number hours per week, typically from start time to end time, with such variations as required by the employer. Here, you describe the working hours and schedule. This is important because it sets clear expectations for both parties. Legally, it ensures compliance with labor laws regarding working hours. Point number 4, compensation. The employer agrees to pay the employee salary/wage, amount per hour/month/year, payment schedule, such as weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. All payments shall be subject to applicable taxes and statutory deductions. This section explains how the employee will be paid. You need to include salary, payment frequency, and deductions. This is one of the most important parts because it involves compensation. Legally, it ensures transparency and compliance with tax laws. Point number 5, benefits. The employee shall be entitled to the following benefits: health insurance, bonuses, paid leave, etc., if applicable. Benefits may be modified in accordance with company policy and applicable law. Here, you list the benefits provided to the employee. This is important because it adds value to the employment package. Legally, it ensures that benefits are clearly defined and can be adjusted according to company policy and law. Point number 6, probationary period. The employee shall be subject to a probationary period of number months, during which performance and suitability for the role will be evaluated. This section explains the probation period. You need to specify how long it lasts. This is important because it allows the employer to assess the employee. Legally, it may affect termination rights during the early stage of employment. Point number 7, confidentiality. The employee agrees to maintain strict confidentiality regarding all proprietary, confidential, and sensitive information of the employer, both during and after the term of employment. Here, you protect the company's confidential information. This is important because employees often have access to sensitive data. Legally, this clause allows the employer to take action if confidentiality is breached. Point number 8. Non-compete and non-solicitation. During employment and for a period of time period after termination, the employee shall not engage in any competing business or solicit the employer's clients or employees without prior written consent. This section restricts competitive activities. You need to define the time period clearly. This is important because it protects the employer's business interests. Legally, the clause must be reasonable to be enforceable. Point number 9. Leave and absences. The employee shall be entitled to leave in accordance with company policy and applicable laws, including annual leave, sick leave, and public holidays. Here, you explain the employee's leave entitlements. This is important for work-life balance. Legally, it ensures compliance with labor laws regarding employee leave. Point number 10. Termination. Either party may terminate this agreement by providing number days written notice, unless otherwise required by law. The employer may terminate employment immediately for cause, including but not limited to misconduct, breach of contract, or violation of company policies. This section explains how the employment can end. You need to include notice periods and conditions for immediate termination. This is important because it provides clarity. Legally, it protects both parties from unfair dismissal. Point number 11. Return of property. Upon termination, the employee shall return all company property, documents, and materials belonging to the employer. Here, you ensure that company assets are returned. This is important because employees may have access to important materials. Legally, it protects the employer's property. Point number 12. Liability and conduct. The employee agrees to perform duties with due care, diligence, and professionalism, and to comply with all company policies and applicable laws. This section sets standards for behavior and responsibility. This is important for maintaining professionalism. Legally, it can be used if misconduct occurs. Point number 13. Dispute resolution. Any disputes arising out of this agreement shall first be resolved through good faith negotiation. If unresolved, disputes shall be submitted to mediation or arbitration in accordance with the laws of state country. Here, you explain how disputes will be handled. This is important because it avoids costly legal battles. Legally, it provides a structured process for resolving conflicts. Point number 14. Governing law. This agreement shall be governed by and construed in accordance with the laws of state country. This section specifies which laws apply. This is important because legal rules differ by location. It ensures clarity in case of disputes. Point number 15. Amendments. This agreement may only be amended in writing and signed by both parties. Here, you explain how changes can be made. This is important because it prevents informal modifications. Legally, it ensures all updates are properly documented. Point number 16. Entire agreement. This agreement constitutes the entire understanding between the parties and supersedes all prior agreements, whether written or oral. This clause confirms that this document is the complete agreement. This is important because it prevents reliance on outside discussions. Legally, it strengthens enforceability. Closing statement and signatures. In witness whereof, the parties have executed this agreement as of the date first written above. Employer signature. Name, employer's full legal name. Date, employee signature. On name, employee's full legal name. Date. Finally, both parties sign and date the agreement. This is the most important legal step because signatures make the contract legally binding. Without signatures, the agreement may not be enforceable, so that's how you write an employment contract agreement step by step. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share this video, and subscribe to Writing Practices. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.